Is Romo an accident waiting to happen against the Seahawks?
Well, if you look at his past in playoff caliber games as well as the playoffs, he's definitely struggled, and he hasn't got the big win that, especially Skip would like him to have. But I'll go a little further. In 2011, I was on sideline in San Francisco, and he played well. I mean, minus a bunch of drops.
Overtime game?
Yeah, exactly. He played
well.
with
cracked ribs.
345 yards, cracked ribs.
Yeah.
He did well. This was on the West Coast against the San Francisco 49ers, who went to roll off 9 straight. Fast forward a year later, he comes out there. We get a big win. He goes 27-7. However, he had 250 yards passing. There were a lot of drops that could have led for touchdowns, big plays. First play of the game, you get a fumble on a kick return. Then we score next play. Then you come back with a block punt. We get a chance to talk about that. So, your mind is 14 points off the board right there, plus drops. It's a whole nother ball game on the West Coast in Seattle.
Okay, so do you trust Tony Romo this Sunday? In that stadium?
I think I have to. I think I like what they've been doing so far this year. They've been running the ball well, and that's going to be the key going up there in Seattle is running the ball well, getting the running established, and then be able to pass when you're comfortable as opposed to having to pass the ball 35 times.
He's saying the Seahawks could be the accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, he's entitled to his opinion.
and as are you, and we'll hear it.
That's right. You know what? T.J. Houshmandzadeh sat in that very seat last week raving about a particular team, and suddenly there's an APB out for him. We can't find him anywhere. We're looking for him.
Right.
Those would be the Bengals, right?
It's a lot of people that get bold sitting in that
that's
chair,
loyalty.
And then they find. No. He said it was objective, and he was being honest, and the whole bit. And he ended up. We're still looking for him. We got the police out searching for him. There's been a warrant for his arrest, but we can't find him right now.
First take arrest.
First take arrest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that sit in that chair and they get bold like that. So it's no problem. Let me say this to you. The Dallas Cowboys have little to no chance in this game. I'm going to say it.
Correct.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Why did you say little? I want to know.
No. It's football.
Okay.
Anything can happen. Guys
doesn't
get
want to
injured.
wear that jersey. That's
Guys get injured
on both sides.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Seattle could get hurt. Something could happen. Dallas could win. That's why I said little chance. But in terms of everybody being healthy, everybody playing their game, fact of the matter is the Dallas Cowboys have 163 rushing carries. That's number one. They're number one in rushing attempts this year. Right. Okay? DeMarco Murray obviously leads that list because of the 163 carries, he's got 130 of those carries for the Dodgers, for the Cowboys this year. All right? They got 800 yards rushing, which is number 2 in the NFL. Okay? He's got 670 of those yards. When you watch Seattle just last week, who are they playing against again? Who are they playing against?
Redskins.
That's right. And there's an Alfred Morris. I mean, I think he's a stud. Alfred Morris could play. He could run the football, dog. He could run the football.
I agree with you.
And he's consistent.
But their team is inconsistent. Their team is inconsistent.
What happened? What I'm saying to you is that I am challenging this notion that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be able to run the football on the Seattle Seahawks. As a result, you're going to have to throw it. And if you're throwing it, that means Tony Romo is going to be the one back there flinging that football. And when that happens, that's where the accident waiting to happen kicks in. I am a guy that believes that Tony Romo could easily pass for 4,000 yards a season. He can put up big-time numbers. He can be an all-pro. He can lead Dallas to 8 wins a season. He can do all of those things. And, oh, by the way, he may not throw an interception at all until the moment arrives. And then all of a sudden, here he comes. That's how I view it. And I keep trying to tell people all the time, this is what I'm trying to say. Whether it's the regular season, just having fun. I'm a native New Yorker. I hate on the Star. I hate on the big billion-dollar playpen, even though I've been there and I loved being there. Jerry Jones making fun of him. But I respect their talent. I respect them as individuals. It's just a Dallas franchise thing that I knock. But what I say to people in all seriousness that I believe wholeheartedly, Dallas, I never sit there and say, they're just not good enough.
Right.
I've consistently and religiously acknowledged the Dallas Cowboys talent year after year after year. And all I've ever said is, just sit back and wait. Right. Whatever the moment is when they will crumble. Whether it's in the last game of the regular season, whether it's in a playoff game or whatever, it's whatever the moment is, they will not rise to the occasion. That's all I ever say.
Okay, in the big picture, I still agree with your premise. And I'm here to tell you, before I answer the first question, Tony Romo's botched extra point snap in 06, I don't think he ever quite recovered from that because, remember, he was an undrafted free agent quarterback. How many undrafted free agent quarterbacks ever become star quarterbacks? And Tony is a star quarterback. I think we'd all put him in probably in the top 10. I mean, right now he's in the top 5.
Right.
But in the big picture, top 10
He's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Okay. I don't think he ever got over the fact that with only needing an extra point to save this game for Bill Parcells, which became his last game as Cowboy coach, he botched it, picked it up, and couldn't get to the end zone with it because Tony's not the fastest guy. He's got quickness and athletic ability, but he doesn't have downfield speed. No. So in the back of his head, I still think he has that lurking demon of when it's time, when you got to make the throw against Peyton Manning in a 51-48 game, he just might throw it to the other team. So I agree with your big picture premise.
I agree.
Now, back to the small picture, which is this Sunday. I do give my Dallas Cowboys a shot in this game. And I do not think Tony Romo will be the reason they lose this game. I love the little zone that he has put himself in mentally. I think he has cleaned up his act enough that he will go up there and not do anything as stupid as he did in the game in 2012 that you witnessed. Right. Because remember, it's 10-0 thanks to the fumble kickoff and the block punt for a touchdown. Right. But Dallas has got the ball back. Dallas is driving. Dallas gets all the way down to Seattle's 24, and it's 2nd and 10. And Romo pumps to his right and looks back, and I'm like, no, Tony, no. I still haven't recovered from this moment. Right. And he throws it blindly right to Brandon Browner, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? And Brandon Browner runs it back like 25 yards the other way. Well, what are you doing? It could have been 10-7, and instead it winds up 27-7, right?
Exactly.
Okay, that's bad Romo. I don't think we're going to see that, and I do agree with you. DeMarco can't run for his, what is he averaging, 134 a game? He can't. This is the #1 rush defense in football. But in this game, he's not going to get 134 yards. The game will be in Tony's hands. I don't think he'll lose the game. It's going to be tough to win it because I think Russell Wilson's going to have his way against Dallas's defense.